Dealing with prolonged battles. Part 5. The journey of life is governed by the law of consequences. There is nothing you do right or wrong without consequences. So if to go far in life and to end well is our desire, our lives must be governed by the law of consequences. So if we sow good seed, generations after us will reap a good fruit. But if we sow evil seed, it will keep affecting generations after us. That is why Galatians chapter 6, if you read from 7 to 9, declares, "Be not deceived. God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap." Now let's look at the life of Abraham. If you look at Abraham very well, God made him a promise for 25 years. But he took a shortcut to fulfill the promise himself. And as a result of that decision, today, we are facing a challenge that will continue until the coming of the Lord Jesus Christ. What is that challenge? It is the battle between Isaac and Ishmael, the battle between whose head the promise hang and the son of the bondwoman. This is what the outcome of Abraham's decision brought upon the human race. In chapter 12 of Genesis, verse 1 to 3, the Lord said to him, "I will make thee great, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing." But Abraham listened to the voice of his wife in chapter 16 of Genesis, verse 1. And he went in unto Hagar, and she conceived and bare Ishmael. So even after you are gone, the consequences of your actions will still be affecting those you love, whether positively or negatively. And most of the times, this is where prolonged battles originate from. Now, let's also look at the life of David. He was a man after God's own heart, but he faced the consequences of his action. 2 Samuel chapter 12 verse 10, the word of the Lord came to him. He said, "Now therefore, the sword shall never depart from thy house, because thou hast despised me." So he faced the consequences of his action. Now, if you have found yourself in this kind of position, what is the way out? This is where the platform of mercy now comes in. Mercy is the divine provision for our exemption from the law of consequences. You were not there, you were not part of it, but you have become a victim of consequences. You have become a victim of prolonged battles. This is the reason why we need to cry for mercy. It is that divine provision that bails us out of every prolonged battle. And I often tell people that the proof of mercy is divine exemption. So tonight, this afternoon, I believe God that as we call upon God's mercy all through this second quarter of the year and beyond, there shall be